Internet, Eric here. Rachel's over there.
Hello.
She's actually going to sit in on this with me. It's been a while since we did our movie thoughts.
I probably won't say as much as he will, but, you know.
We'll see. It's not the typical movies we talk about when we're together. There's no, 80s references, there's no poop jokes, nothing like that. But it's Friday the 13th as of tomorrow. We're uploading this, or we're recording this on Thursday. I will upload it on Friday. I've gone through all of the original films in the Friday the 13th series. So the next one I had to talk about, and Rachel said she'd sit in and talk about it with me, because it's probably the one she's seen the most, is Freddy vs. Jason. The crossover he did, obviously, with Freddy Krueger. You can't really see a lot with the glare. This came out in 2003.
Yep.
Directed by Ronnie Yu, who did... He did Bride of Chucky. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Plot spoilers happen, all that jazz. Basic plot is this takes place after Jason goes to hell, after Freddy's dead, but before Jason X. So Jason is in hell, and Elm Street is free of anything Freddy related. They've blocked all of his history. No one knows about him anymore. So since they don't know about him, they don't fear him. And Freddy uses Jason. He literally goes to hell, uses Jason, sends him to Elm Street, kills a bunch of kids. People believe it's Freddy because they're stupid. And then Freddy gets jealous of Jason. Hilarity ensues when they fight, and a bunch of dumb teenagers try to figure out how to stop him. Rachel doesn't watch a lot of my reviews, so she might not know that in my Freddy's Dead review, I said I have a love-hate relationship with that one. Because I like a lot of it, but then there are parts that are just really, really retarded. That's like this one. I'll get into it. We'll talk positives, and then a lot of negatives, at least in my opinion. I know a little bit of what Rachel's going to say. We'll see. Positives is when Freddy and Jason are on screen together. I have so much fun.
Yes, it is fun to watch because you see the disgust in Freddy's face in certain scenes. And,
yes,
yeah.
We'll say Robert Englund he's back to he is creepy in this a lot, because when he attacks, there's a lot of disgusting innuendos. When he has Laurie, the main girl, who is the virgin, they always got to have the virgin in the movies. He's going to attack her, and he makes suggestions that he's going to finger her with his glove, and he says, the first time is always messy. So he's back to his disgusting self. He's back to his racist self, because Kelly Rowland, from Destiny's Child, is in it. She's black, so he's going to he wants to go attack Laurie and Jason Ritter, and then of course in a scene we'll get to, Kelly Rowland talks trash, and Freddy looks at them, then looks at her and gets pissed off, and then says, "Oh, how sweet dark meat." So he's really good. You can tell he's having fun. He knows what this movie is. I love the makeup effects on him. And when he's fighting Jason, it's just so much fun. They have two fights, one in the dreams and one in reality. And when it's in the dreams, Freddy's kicking the shit out of Jason. Rachel was giggling because after Freddy beats the shit out of Jason, he's throwing him through the air to ping pong ball noises, and you see him doing the trigger motions, and then when he falls, he says tilt. So that was funny. Robert Englund is great. Another scene that you laughed at.
What's that girl?
Yeah, the hand scene where they always do it like in all the Nightmare on Elm Street films. Someone goes in the dream, they want to bring Freddy back out, blah blah blah. So Laurie is the main girl. She's played by Monica Keena, who's only hired because she's pretty and she has big tits. It's the only reason she's in this, because she's a horrible actress, which we'll get to. But they always have, the person who's got to go to sleep, go in there, grab Freddy, however they do it, pull him out in the real world. Well, she ends up going into Jason's dream. I'll explain how he goes to sleep. And she's back at Camp Crystal Lake in the 50s. And Jason is being tormented by the kids, and they throw him in the water. And she goes and she looks at the counselors, and one of them is a male on female, and he's literally like pounding her against the wall. And it's great. It's great because it's two normal counselors, banging each other. And then suddenly we cut to Monica Keena, and then we cut back, and it's Freddy dressed as a camp counselor, banging a dead body, like a naked dead body. And he says, "I'm sorry, but this bitch is dead on her feet." And he does his ha 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 laugh, and then he grabs the dead body's arm and waves at her like that. It's fucking hilarious. He's having fun.
Yeah.
He can be. It's a lot better here than in Freddy's Dead, because in Freddy's Dead he was a joke. Here he's disgusting. He's scary for the most part, and he's funny, and it's a perfect blend.
I really like the air compressor scene.
The air compressor scene.
Where he shoots off those, I don't know what they are.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in the second one.
That's the best.
Yeah, we'll talk. Then finally, Freddy. This is us praising Robert for a while. Freddy is eventually brought out into the real world, and they're at Camp Crystal Lake, and the place is on fire. And Freddy just wakes up, and he realizes he's in the real world, and Jason's pissed off behind him. And just Robert, he does, the bug eyes, or whatever is what we call it. And he's scared shitless, and he puts his hand over his mouth because he's doing like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He knows he's fucked. Jason's going to beat the shit out of him. And he does. It's a great fight. Jason's taking him, he throws him through the window, and he drags him across the cabin. And Jason's basically Superman in this one.
Right.
He's so strong. He's throwing him through the roofs of the cabin. Eventually, they get to a construction site. Because construction.
Because it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he does a Superman punch, and Freddy flies like 20 feet. And he lands on these oxygen tanks?
Oxygen tanks or air compressor things or
whatever they are. He lands on one of them, and his glove clips the back of it, and it knocks the
and it shoots out.
It knocks the end off of it, and it psst, shoots off. And you see Robert, and he just goes. So he's happy. He's like, I love this idea.
Yeah.
And then he says, man, the torpedo that you like. And he's cutting the backs off him as it's shooting at Jason. And Jason's slowly walking to it. Great fight, which we'll get more into it. But that's praising Robert Englund. Like, there's another scene where Jason's impaled with a bunch of stuff. And Freddy's going to push this big, giant crate full of sand at him. And it gets caught. And he just says, oh, give me a break.
I know.
It's believable stuff in a totally unbelievable movie. So Robert Englund, top notch, in a mixture of scary, creepy, and funny all into one. It's great. Ken Kirzinger plays Jason here. It's no longer Kane Hodder that everybody loved. I'm not gonna get into it. I don't care that it wasn't Kane Hodder. Ken is okay. Jason here is he doesn't have a personality, but Jason didn't really have a personality so much to begin with, but he's just kind of there. He walks like the Frankenstein monster and swings a machete, which is now basically like a big fucking sword.
Yeah.
But when he does do the killing, it's really good. I love the death where the asshole boyfriend, he stabs him in the back a lot when he's laying on the bed, and he folds the bed up. That one was good. When he's killing the kids at the rave, it's really, really good. So Freddy and Jason, Freddy more than Jason, but Freddy and Jason, when they're on screen, it's fun. It's great.
Yeah.
Like I said, their two battles are really, really good. Creative in the dream, creative in real life. Best part of the film. And now we go to the actors. All right.
There's not really one particular standout.
Okay. The lead is Monica Keena. She's the redhead who plays Laurie. I still stand by saying she's hired because she's got big boobs and a pretty face. You thought she was all right.
I mean, I would think there's a lot worse in that movie besides just her. She's not good by any means.
It's like comparing a skin rash and Ebola, though.
Yes, exactly. You're gonna choose a skin rash.
Yeah, we got lots of variant. We got mosquito bites, and then we got a skin rash, and then we got Ebola, and then we got like full blown AIDS in this movie. It's really the acting is god awful. She can scream. She's a great screamer. She's a great screamer. She's got the wide eyes when she screams. She does look terrified. She sucks though. Especially the problem is, like we'll get to Kelly Rowland too, but we were talking about off camera. Kelly Rowland sucks, but a lot of it has to do with what they're given.
Yeah.
Some of the lines Monica Keena is given are totally retarded.
Yeah.
When they're all together and they're trying to find out how to defeat Jason, she's asleep. Mm-hmm. And she suddenly wakes up. Wait a minute. Freddy was killed by fire. Jason by water. How can we use that? Shut the fuck up. That is just a line that was thrown in there. It shouldn't have been. And yes, she couldn't act her way out of a paper bag in that scene, but she was given something really stupid to work with. I don't really like her character. Her character is not very likable at all. I think it's mainly because of her performance. Kelly Rowland plays Kia. You got to have one black person in this movie.
Y'all.
I take a shot every time she says y'all. You'll be dead in 30 minutes. She is the best friend to Laurie, but she's also the stuck-up, bitchy best friend to the white nerdy guy who's got a crush on Laurie. Not likable. Jason Ritter plays... What was his name? See? We don't know his name.
Plays the boyfriend.
The boyfriend.
Boyfriend from the wrong side of the tracks.
No, he's not from the wrong side of the tracks. He
from the insane side.
Will. His name's Will. Oh. Boyfriend. Not that great. His dad, John Ritter, got all the talent in the family. I don't hate him, but he ain't anything special.
Right.
His friend, on the other hand.
Oh.
He's got a friend that they've met because they've been in Weston Hills, which was cool because that's the mental hospital from Part 3. Mm-hmm. They're on Hypnocil, the dream suppressant drug. But this kid, his best friend, is horrible. I've seen him in a lot of stuff, and I don't know his name. I'm not going to look up his name. It's not worth it. He's god awful in every single scene he's in. It's nails on a chalkboard crap. And that's a lot of the characters here. We got, the nerdy guy we talked about sucks. There's a stoner who is dressed like Jay from Jay and Silent Bob. Sucks. We got a cop played by Lachlan Monroe, we call him the baby dick guy because he's the guy with the baby dick from Scary Movie.
He usually plays a jock in every movie.
He's meh. He's not horrible, but he's meh. Yeah. We got Catherine Isabel, who is super pretty. She's the one with the
baseball hat.
Yeah, baseball hat like Carrie. She's fine. But you don't like her because she puts up with the abusive boyfriend. The abusive boyfriend is a horrible actor. The abusive boyfriend's best friend is an even worse actor. You can tell they're actors pretending that they're drinking because the way they drink. This is how you drink. This is how they drink. No, not believable. When you're at a party, you're drinking like that. All unlikable. Don't like any... You got the cops. The cops are retarded. There's a murder that happened because Laurie lives in Nancy Thompson's old house. And, they've blocked out everything about Freddy in the town. So no one remembers Freddy. No one knows about Freddy anymore except for the adults. So, like I said in the beginning, if you don't know Freddy, you can't be afraid of him. He doesn't have his powers. Blah, blah, blah. This dumbass cop... And I hate retarded cops. Hate them so much in movies. Like Dewey.
Doofy.
Yeah, Doofy or Dewey from Scream, Halloween 5. I hate retarded cops. So, just because a murder happened in this house, the same house where Laurie's mom was murdered earlier, it's another subplot which is retarded and I won't get into, but he says, oh, 2 murders in the same house? It must be Freddy Krueger. Mm-hmm. And the way he says it, I just hate it, and he's retarded. And then the police chief says, "Don't say that son of a bitch's name." And Yeah, he literally points his finger at him and says, "We don't say that son of a bitch's name in the presence of kids," or some stupid shit. Hated it. Oh my god.
That best friend kid, that one scene where they're singing the song, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. And he's like, do you know why they sing that song?
Yeah. Oh my fucking god. This is what I mean about the dialogue. Whoever wrote this. Damien something. My eyes are fucking horrible. Where is it? Because I want to rip them apart. Damien Shannon and Mark Swift. These guys wrote this, okay? They're supposed fans of the series. They wrote dialogue where the black girl has to say y'all every 5 seconds. Oh, yeah. We'll get to that scene.
Yeah.
Jason Ritter shows up with stupid best friend. And they're at the school. And stupid best friend Lori has her nightmares about Freddy or something or whatever. No, she remembers the cop said Freddy's name. And stupid best friend starts singing.
Breast friend?
Did I say breast friend?
Yes.
Maybe if he had breasts, I would like him better. Stupid best friend starts singing. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. Do you know why they say that? Because that's when you know he's coming for you.
I can't even, is anybody that dumb to...
Yes, you know who's that dumb? The writers. The writers of the dialogue are that dumb. The dialogue is so fucking bad in this. It's...
No.
Yeah, or what the scene where Kelly Rowland is trying to trash talk Freddy to give Laurie and Will a chance to escape. First off, Ronnie, you suck with a lot of your close-up shots because, she's black, she's got to be loud, she's got to, when she yells at people, she got to throw her hands out, so she throws her hands out and yells, Freddy! But instead, because Ronnie Yu doesn't know how to direct in this, he does a real good close-up on her, and she gets that close to your face. And it's just like, ah!
I must have been looking at my phone at that part.
See what I mean? Unlikable characters. And just she trash talks Freddy, talks about how his dick is probably small compared to Jason's.
And what is with the butter knives?
Yeah. But Robert Englund is great. She says to him, "You're the one that they're all scared at." And Robert just goes like this, does a little curtsy. And she does her little trash talk. And then he just kind of points behind her. And then Jason whacks her with the machete and she's dead. We all cheer. The dialogue is god-awful. I like the music. It's got a lot of heavy metal to it. The score is really good. I do really like the opening sequence when Freddy is telling the audience, if for some reason you don't know who the fuck Freddy and Jason are, Freddy's telling the story. And it opens up with a really cool, because we were talking about Freddy being creepy and stuff, really cool shot, newly shot for the movie, but you see Robert Englund as the Springwood slasher. He's not burnt. He's terrorizing a little girl. He's got a scrapbook of all his victims, and he's pervertedly, he's got a picture, and
he's got a weird tongue thing.
Slowly licking the back of the picture as he's putting it in the scrapbook.
Every movie has
It's really, really creepy and cool, and they show a best of montage of what happened to Freddy. That was neat. He pretends to be Mrs. Voorhees. It's a different actress, but I did like this actress. She was loud and and creepy and not really scary, but kind of in your face.
Boisterous.
Yes, very good. She's in 2 scenes, and I really like her. Even though it's not Betsy Palmer, this girl, or this woman, was really, really good. And what I liked is, I said Jason's in hell, and we open up, and he's talking about Jason. He says, I had to scour the bowels of hell to find this guy. We open up with the stereotypical hot chick getting nudie, and does the skinny dipping thing, and gets chased by Jason. He impales her to a tree, and you don't really know Jason's in hell yet until she is dead, and then her head pops up, and she looks at Jason, and she said, I should have been watching him. I shouldn't have been meeting a boy at the lake. And then she morphs into a male counselor, and then he morphs into like a female counselor. So it's like he's reliving this over and over again in his own personal hell. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. What's not a good idea is Kelly Rowland constantly asking if she needs to get a fucking nose job. That's not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, when it's Freddy and Jason, it's great. When it's everybody else, it's retarded. I do like how they explain, because a lot of people were wondering when this came out is, how is Jason going to fall asleep? Because we've never seen him sleep on camera. And just because we've never seen him sleep on camera, we don't know that he doesn't sleep. They're in Weston Hills, and they got this tranquilizer, and the ripoff from Jay and Silent Bob has a tranquilizer as he's possessed by Freddy, and he jams him in the neck, and he knocks him out.
He's possessed by a snail.
A caterpillar.
A caterpillar?
Yes, because he's high, so he's in a dreamlike state. Freddy comes in as like the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland, pulls out a hookah and goes down his throat and whatever. Not really. But he hits him with the tranquilizer and it knocks Jason out right after Jason slices him in half, and it's a really cool scene. So, yeah, hit and miss. I'll accept how they explain Jason falls asleep here. And then I do like, even though Jason doesn't have a lot of personality in this one, I do like how in the first dream sequence when Freddy's pretending to be the mom, and then Jason wises up and sees that it's really Freddy, you see him shake and get pissed off. So that's kind of cool. You do find out that Jason is afraid of water, even though he's been in water in previous ones, but I think it's because it's in his subconscious mind. We get to see Jason turn into a young Jason, and I love how Freddy torments him and calls him an ugly little shit.
Yeah. So
that's good. And like I said, the final battle between those two, it's blood and guts. Fingers are hacked off, Jason gets Freddy, Freddy stabs him in the eyes with his glove. Arms are ripped off. People are impaled with their own bodies.
There's explosions.
They get set on fire and shot 20 feet, which was a real stunt when they got shot into the lake. Really, really cool. Cheesy ending. Gonna spoil it here. Who do you think won? Do you think there's a definitive winner? That means she doesn't know. Because I hate it because they did want to piss off the fans. They wanted to leave it up to your own imagination because Monica Keena, Laurie, ends up decapitating Freddy. Freddy, falls into the lake. And then Jason falls into the lake and he slowly closes his eyes and he sinks to the bottom. And then her and Jason Ritter run away. We cut to the next day. Jason's popping out of the lake to the Predator music, it sounds like, and he's palming Freddy's head in his hand like a basketball. And then, so you think Jason wins, and then Freddy looks and winks at the camera, and that's retarded. Right. I personally still think that counts as Jason winning, because Freddy's still dead, but anyway.
He's not really dead. He was already dead, basically.
Yeah. I don't know. There's no definitive winner, but
yeah,
that cheesy little wink at the end doesn't take
it
doesn't take away from how much fun. And this last fight is probably at least 10-15 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, there's a scene where Freddy eventually gets Jason's machete and he's hacking at Jason, and that's really cool to see, Freddy holding Jason's machete. There are times when he's hacking it, you see chunks like flying off of Jason. It's really good.
And then this whole scene where Jason pops up behind Freddy and impales him with his own hand.
That was really cool. It was out of nowhere because it's a really cool reveal. We already mentioned spoilers, deal with it. Where they're blown into the lake, they're on fire, and then Laurie pulls what's-his-face out of the water, and they're hugging, and everyone's happy. And then you see this. I'll give Ronnie Yu credit. As much as he sucks with the close-up of Kelly Rowland, and there's another scene where Laurie puts her head down, and the camera's up at her face, and you'll know the scene when I talk about it. He does this really cool fake out because we see legs walking and we see the machete and we think it's Jason, but it's really Freddy, and he's holding up his, the machete, and he's gonna get them, and then out of nowhere Jason impales him with his own arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, really cool. So overall, after all that bitching and moaning, I think I put it on Facebook. I said the more I watch this, the more this movie makes me mad.
Does it make you more mad than the other one?
What other one?
The other one that you reviewed recently that you said was really bad.
Jason X?
I think so.
No, Jason X was cheesy fun.
Oh, okay.
No. Overall, what will you say about Freddy vs. Jason? You not being as much of a fan as I am. She just yawned, so.
I'm tired. So, it's a good movie to have fun with and not have any expectations about. That's my thought.
Fair.
If you go into it not having expectations, then
see, that was the problem.
Not like it.
That was the problem because they've been wanting to make this movie for a long, long time, and then they had all those expectations. And I will say, when I first saw this, it was at a midnight showing. It was a full house, sold out. People were cheering. It was fun. It was a fun experience in the theater. And then I bought it on DVD and I rewatched it. And then
you're like, "What is this garbage?"
No, I wasn't there. I wasn't there yet. The more I watched it, like I said, the more I get mad because of the characters. Freddy and Jason make this film really fun every time. So, oh fuck! Speaking of dialogue, when what's his face, the best friend, the drinker, when Freddy is like the shadow, and he stabs the guy with the arm, and he's not strong enough, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm okay, I'm all right." Like, don't put that in there.
Yeah.
That just came off the top of my head. When Freddy and Jason are on screen, they make this movie. No, go ahead.
No, I just thought of a scene. The scene where the guy, the best friend that was collapsed in the bed,
The guy that was.
No, his best friend.
Okay.
Was sitting on the porch, and his dad came out and yelled at him.
Blake.
And he was like, "My best friend just died and was murdered. Give me a break," or whatever.
He's like, "Why don't you give me some fucking space?"
And then he, passes out or whatever.
And then Dad's like, "You watch your ass, boy."
Yeah, and then he passes out and he comes to and he wakes up and he looks over and just looks like his dad is like falling asleep. Yeah, just like that. And he touches his dad and his dad's head just falls off gracefully.
It just goes.
And then it shows Jason standing right there, and he completely slashes the heck out of Blake, and there's blood everywhere.
Yeah, he swings a machete at Blake, and then we cut to the window, and it's covered with blood.
But his dad was a nice
so
he
takes so he swings at Blake, and blood's everywhere. How in the fuck did he perfectly slice all the way through Blake's dad's head with no blood or nothing, where he could just push him in his head?
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought of that.
Now I hate this movie even more. No, I don't hate this movie. I do really enjoy it because I love Freddy and Jason that much. I do love the way Ronnie Yu uses colors with the reds and the greens and stuff like that. Some of the editing when Freddy turns into the demon Freddy and pops out of Crystal Lake after Laurie. That effect is really cool, the use of slow motion. Because it's Freddy versus... When they're on screen, it's great. When it's the exposition and all these characters, they can go fuck themselves. They're horrible actors. None of the characters are really likable. If you like Jane Silent Bob, this guy is a horrible ripoff. He's not funny at all.
And his buddy looks like Donkey Lips.
Yes. We were watching this. He's friends with the fat guy with curly hair, and Rachel's like, "Is that Donkey Lips?" It's not Donkey Lips.
If you guys don't know who Donkey Lips is, watch, what is it, Salute Your Shorts?
Salute Your Shorts. So, overall, if you are a Freddy and Jason fan, I recommend getting it on home media and opening up the little booklet and looking for the select the scenes and take your chance saying, "Oh, Freddy might be in that one. Freddy's probably in that one." So you can skip back and forth and enjoy it there. Because when you watch the teens, you're going to be upset and pulling out your hair and be as bald as me. So, overall, I do recommend Freddy vs. Jason for a mindless, fun, good time.
Good with a group of people that are all
It is better with a group of people. It is better with beer and pizza. But you're going to hate the characters.
Yeah.
If you don't hate the characters, comment below. Tell me why you like these characters, because I don't see how you could. We've been talking for a half hour, which is probably 25 minutes too much, because we've been venting about the characters.
Yeah.
So I will say, in the end, I do recommend Freddy vs. Jason, even though the characters suck. Rachel just yawns. She says it's meh. I will say she wasn't on her phone as much as I thought she would be. So, give it a shot. You might as well if you've watched every other movie. So yeah. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Share. Click the bell. Comment below. Don't say y'all again. Every fucking time. I'm almost done with all I got left are the Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th remakes. And then we're finally getting to requests. We have, not necessarily but coming to the channel, review of the Brendan Fraser Mummy. What else? Beastmaster. I have a review of Little Hercules. Maybe I should make you watch that with me.
Is that animated?
No,
I don't
it's
know.
live action where some little bodybuilder pretends to be Hercules. He's like a kid, and he goes to school, and Hulk Hogan plays Zeus.
Oh, is it Ryan Gosling?
No.
He was in a Hercules show.
She's going to be very disappointed when she finds out it's not Ryan Gosling. And then some other stuff. We might do some cartoon commentaries this weekend, so those will be uploaded probably next week if they're not copyright stricken down. So, yeah, in the end, I'll say cheers, and you're not even scary.
Yeah.
Shut up.